a lot of people are like getting sick and they're like getting scratched and they're bleeding. But let's have fun.
Yeah, but did Kanye tell you that he licked our lollipop?
Did he?
Yes, that's how he made a lot of money.
Do I have to give it like a lick, or can I just give it like a little?
Give it the Gluck Gluck 5000. You get it all the way in there.
I kind of want to breastfeed Annabelle.
Excuse
Of course,
me?
I was.
What do you mean you want to breastfeed Annabelle?
You did see a woman that was pale in the white face, yellowish eyes, and she was staring straight at you. There was a black hand with sharp claws that came up and grabbed your ankle. You were woken up with scratch marks on your back. You did have a handprint on your inner thigh, and you also had nightmares of a demon sitting in the corner of your dining room. And you also did have the instance where your great-grandmother banishing it back to hell. All of those things.
That is 100% true.
Welcome to Haunted Homies, a podcast dedicated to building the paranormal community and hearing terrifying stories from those within it.
Please make sure to subscribe, as we are planting one tree for every new subscriber. Our goal is to plant 500,000 trees by the end of 2023.
Dude, we're so far apart from each other.
I know. I've never been this far away from you.
Normally we're in bar stools and we're like super close to each other, but obviously the stage is enormous. We've been doing investigations, obviously, every night after the live shows.
Yeah.
And we've decided to start opening the veil, which has been taught to us by Patty Negri. But obviously our adaptation of it. I got to talk about what happened last night.
Oh, okay.
I have to talk about what happened last night.
Okay, you can tell them.
Okay, before we get into like the scarier side of what's been happening with opening the veil, every night we open the veil, we raise the energies, we loosen everyone up. It's a huge part of how we start. And then everyone knocks and introduces themselves, and not only introduces themselves, but states their intention for the evening. Like, what kind of activity do you want to have happen? Like, do you want to be spoken to? Do you want to interact with a child spirit? Do you want to like see the REM pod go off? And one dude goes, I want to see some ghost titties.
Dead ass.
Opening
the veil. And we say, what do you want to see? I want to see some ghost titties.
But here's the thing. We always set up the REM pod when we start. And he was probably person, let's say 13 out of 18. Yeah. As he says, I want to see some ghost titties. The ghosts were like, woo!
And the REM pod goes off. The REM pod started going off to ghost titties. Swear to God. The amount of times that we've opened the veil and nothing happens. And this whole time, all we had to say was we wanted to say some ghost titties.
Dude, like all we have to do is just bring some beads and just start throwing them.
Jerry. Yeah.
That would have been so much fun. But here's the thing. Then after he said it, 5 people go around. I'm the last one to introduce myself. And I'm like, all right, he can't be funnier than me. That's not okay. And I'm like, all right, not only do I want to see some ghost titties, but I want to get hit with the ghost dick across the face. And the REM pod just starts going off again.
It goes off.
And we're just talking about how funny it would be if you just was like Paranormal Activity and you just see someone's face just like just getting motorboated by the ghost.
You're just walking into a building and you're like peeking around, and out of nowhere it's just No, it's not. It's literally not fair though. Like every time I open the veil, I'm so serious because it is serious, and like it really does help activity. And every time I do it, I'm so respectful. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, if there's any spirits here, would love to communicate with you. We mean no harm at all. If you can interact with our devices, we'd love to play games with you. And I get nothing. What do the ghosts want? Ghost titties. I hate it.
That's why. You're too serious, dude. You're like, I want to have a meaningful conversation. And they're like, dude, we just want to have some fun, a one-night stand. You're like, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I want to know all about you. And the ghosts are like, dude, I just want you to put your REM pod in me and get out. Like, that's the difference, dude. Like, some of these ghosts are like, I just want to have a little bit of fun. And here you are like, okay, but do you want to have kids? And like, you know, like, you're trying to get to know these ghosts. And they're like, dude, just, you know, do what you want and leave.
I know. But to speak on the serious side of it, since we've been doing this tour and since we have been opening the veil, because I've had Patty teach me new ways to really make sure the veil's open. And this entire tour, every time after we open the veil, the activity, honestly, there's some spots we're going to where we've been in the past, and the activity is 5 times crazier now. I don't know if it's because we're just getting better at ghost hunting or it is because of the veil, but like we'll talk more about it later, guys, but like a lot of people are like getting sick and they're like getting scratched and they're bleeding. But let's have fun. Let's not get into that right now.
And even last night, he abandoned his group.
We don't have to talk about
You
that.
left them. He literally ran out. Ensign Grist Mill in Utah. He ran out. And I'm with my group, and I'm like, what are you doing here? I thought he like went to the restroom, and I won't say what it is yet, but basically he was like, I got real scared. And I'm like, all right, cool, but like, where is everyone else? He's like, oh, they're inside doing the Estes method. I'm like, what the
I asked them
You're
to
the most
leave.
experienced ghost hunter veteran, and you left 8 people in the building to die.
No, that was their decision. I told them, I was like, after what just happened, we should leave. And everyone said, no, we want to stay and keep going. So I left.
And you should have, you should have stayed with them, dude.
No, not after what I heard. Do you know how scared I was?
I literally had to like threaten him. I'm like, do you want to take my group and I have to go in and go handle yours? And he was like, no, I'll go back in. I was like, do you want to switch groups? I'll go in there. And you're like, no, I'll do it. And then 20 minutes later, you came back out and you're like, it happened again.
Yeah, no, it was demonic and it was like targeting me. So I got scared. Don't bully me. Leave me alone, guys.
Well, we'll get into that further because we obviously we're at Piper Opera House. We're in Virginia City. We're in Nevada. There are some local ghost hunters here that happen to also be YouTube creators.
Yep.
They're really nice dudes. We just hung out with them for a little bit, so we're gonna bring them out in a little bit, and we kind of want to talk to them about it, get to know their story, maybe their views on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and see how they feel about the paranormal side of things and if they've had encounters like that. But first, we're gonna play a game. We like to have fun with the shows before we get deeper into the paranormal. So I'm sure everyone knows there's a game called Would You Rather, right? So we're gonna play a game called Would You Rather, but our version of it is it's versus. So it's not like you pull 2 things and we have to just like debate. No, we pull 2 things and I have to assign one of them to Corey and he has to defend that and convince all of you why you would rather do that thing. And then whatever I have to argue against and convince all of you, would you rather do this thing?
Yeah.
So whatever up is in here, we have to try and justify why it's the better choice.
Yeah.
So we played this once before.
Oh, boy.
It got rowdy really fast.
Yeah.
Do you guys just want to hop in now and just do it right off the bat? All right, okay, come on out. All right, come on. Twin Paranormal, everyone. Wait. Oh, wait, do you want music?
I'm going to turn around. We're going to come back out.
Uh-huh.
We want some music.
Okay, all right. Can we give them music again? Twin Paranormal, everyone. Come on, applaud. What the? Wow. I'll take your seat, bro.
Wow.
Damn, okay, Marty.
That was dramatic.
I think we can all fit like this. This
We're
is better.
about to break this thing. It's going to happen. Dude.
Ryan, River, Wyatt, thank you guys for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
You guys are locals, right? This is your stomping ground?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. I mean, it was good. We got a lot of locations done, but now it's time for more. And all we have to do now is travel, which kind of sucks.
Virginia City is very, very near and dear to our heart. It's been our success story pretty much.
Okay.
So it's been a pleasure for sure.
You guys have to hold the mics like really close to your mouth.
Really
Like,
close?
Yeah. Basically swallow them.
Oh.
Yep.
Don't Riley read it, dude.
God damn, okay. Give it to me.
Welcome to our paranormal podcast. Hello, everybody.
Riley Reed's seen a lot of paranormal things, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. We're not that type of people. Nothing will get held back, so.
Oh, you're not that type of people. Great.
Let's
Okay, let's have the
No
censor
filter.
bar ready for this episode.
No filter.
All right, so now you understand how the game works. I think it's Corey and I versus the 3 of you.
Yeah.
You know
We're
what?
teaming up against y'all.
I think we should give you guys one of our guys.
Wait, why? That'll
don't
make
know.
it harder, I feel like.
It'd be cool.
Let's do this. If you lose a round,
Oh, you're going to lose.
Excuse me?
You're going to lose. You're going to lose.
all right, here's the thing. I must ask all of you, honestly, you must give an honest answer to who wins the debates.
Yeah, don't go
No,
and do that
no
to
home
us.
team favoritism or anything like that. I want a clean, honest fight.
Yeah.
I want to know that when I smoke you guys, you have no excuse.
Oh, my God.
What are you smoking?
Nothing. I'm straight edge. Here are the 2 options that have already been pulled. Oh my God, this is awful. All right. Would you rather have to constantly lick a lollipop made entirely of Kentucky Derby winning racehorse semen? Or would you rather live in Kim Kardashian's butt cheek cottage she built specifically for you?
I'm taking the racehorse.
Give him the
Well,
racehorse. Give
I
him
want
the
the
racehorse.
you guys want the
cottage.
racehorse?
Give him the
All right, I was
racehorse.
gonna give
I
it to
want
you
the
anyway.
butt cheek cottage.
No, I
too
gave
late.
you.
It's
It's
too late.
warm.
No, you don't
It's
want
warm.
that. You don't want that.
It's warm.
You don't want that. We're taking the horse.
Hopefully it doesn't smell.
So you guys want to make first debate, or should we make first debate?
Go for it.
Okay, one, who the wants to lick a lollipop made of Kentucky Derby horse-winning semen? I just don't even know how you're going to get your way out of that one. Versus us,
It's a
Corey and
winning
I,
horse.
we're living in Kim Kardashian's butt cheek cottage she built specifically for us.
Wow.
Specifically for us. That means,
Wow.
one, it probably has a trampoline park.
Yep.
We love trampolines.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's probably got Rocket League. It's probably got some like 60-inch TVs with
Skate park. Bet there's a skate park in there.
Exactly. She built it just for us. We know it's got top of the line everything. It's Kim Kardashian's.
That's a big.
Yeah, it is.
That thing's dumped, dude.
Well, for the record, it's not actually in her. Have you seen like those like potato houses? Like those like air, like kind of like SpongeBob lives in a pineapple.
I saw that episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
She
pretty good.
basically molded her for us and then built it on like the
Oh,
side of
okay,
the freeway.
okay, okay.
So it's like her butt cheek
Damn,
cottage.
we got.
Yeah.
Like, we really got out here.
And like, look at all the benefits. Like, we don't have to pay rent.
Nope.
We don't have to pay for electricity.
Nope.
We don't have to pay for AC.
It's
You know
a
how many
winning
solar
horse,
panels?
though, dude.
We can fit so many solar panels on that dude. All
But think
of them.
about this. Think about this.
Yeah.
This beautiful, luscious lollipop. This
I don't-
is so goddamn
I
delicious.
don't like that you're
Don't
using
even
that
think
voice.
about the semen, okay? The sweat that this horse has to sweat out to win a race. I'm telling you, this tastes so good. So,
Continue. Tell me more about
I'm
this
fighting here. I'm
lollipop.
fighting. I'm doing my best.
Let's do this. How about market this to me? Market this lollipop to me.
All right.
How you gonna make me what? First off, how much does this lollipop cost?
Dude, you want to know?
I do actually.
Way more than that.
$2,000.
$2,000.
$2,000 per lick?
That you get in your pocket, though.
Oh wait. Oh, I get paid. Oh,
Yeah.
we get paid $2,000 per lick.
Uh-huh.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of this lollipop?
It
How much
depends
money
on
can I
what's-
make?
It depends on what's in the center.
Do I have to
Exactly.
give it like a lick,
Ooh,
or can
ooh.
I just give it like a little?
No,
little-
no,
no,
you know,
the whole
dude,
way.
you got to
The whole
slob
way.
on that thing. You got to give it the Gluck Gluck 5,000. You get it all the way in there. There's no just licking that.
I just love that we're in this opera house. We've got like all these
Right.
beautiful lights everywhere, and you're like, you gotta give it the gluck gluck 5,000.
Literally. Sorry, guys.
Why? What is the reason that we get paid for every lick? Why is that? Is it a magic lollipop?
Marketing.
It's It's genetics. Every lick you take is a potential profit. It's a winning racehorse, you know? If you play your cards right, you could have your own winning racehorse.
Hold on. Let's go through the biology of that statement really quick. So I'm gonna lick a lollipop made of racehorse semen, and somehow that's gonna go into my digestive system,
And won't come out.
No.
and it won't come out.
No.
Where
Go
does
straight to the
where does
brain.
the potential racehorse come from biologically?
You just save it, right? You don't have to ingest it.
Oh,
You save it.
so I'm a spitter,
Savory.
not a swallower.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yes. You save it, you know,
Sour, sweet, gone.
take it down to your local breeder. And then you have your own winning racehorse. Opposed to, yes, you have a rent-free butt cottage and all that jazz. But
That.
Okay.
I'm the ad-libs over here right now.
So what we're essentially doing is you're encouraging us to steal your product. That's what you're encouraging us to do?
No. You can't have it. You can't steal it.
Well then
You can have a lick if you're lucky.
You can have a lick if I'm lucky.
At this point right now, with what Wyatt's been saying, I kind of want to keep it for myself.
Why are they making?
You wanted
like,
us to
low-key-
sell it to you.
Y'all are kind of
Does it
making
say
a
we
good
need to sell
argument.
it
I'm
to
not
you?
gonna lie.
Yeah, but
No.
but here's the thing. We've lived in Kim Kardashian's butt cheek cottage for a while.
For how long?
Years. It's
for
been
years. You know who
Years,
used to
nice.
always visit Kim Kardashian's?
Ray J?
Kanye. Now
Yeah.
think about it. Kanye gets to come hang out.
Yeah, but did Kanye tell you that he licked our lollipop?
Did he?
Yes. That's how he made a lot of money. A whole ton of money.
Racehorses out the.
What about Pete Davidson? He's visited Kim Kardashian's ass.
Did too. Everybody you know licked the out of that And the thing is, it never got to the center. It's still there.
But here's the thing. We can say the exact same thing about Kim Kardashian's. Everyone's also licked the out of that and never got to the center.
It's been in her.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, we're winning, guys. We're winning. I can feel it.
We have a trampoline.
Yeah, we have a trampoline
That's
inside
cool. We
and
could,
the
what
you
we
can
could
bounce
do,
off of.
we could come over, we can bring the lollipop, and we could bounce the lollipop on the trampoline and
Wait,
see
hold
who
on.
can bounce it into one of our mouths.
Hold on.
That would be cool.
Hold on.
Yo, wait, did we just turn into a dude perfect porn channel?
Exactly.
Is that what just happened?
You brought up the trampoline. I'll do a double backflip to glob suck.
Oh my God. Should we
Nailed
vote?
it. Yo, I just love that, like, this is a perfect representation of the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and we got a flag I'm looking at right behind you. This whole time I'm like, thank you, America, for making this possible.
Oh God.
All right, I think we're gonna vote because there's no way they can all be this graphic. I think the next round can.
Oh, we can
There's
go.
no way.
Yeah.
Any more about Kim Kardashian's butt cheek cottage and a lollipop made of semen?
Okay. All right. So make some noise for the Kim Kardashian butt cheek cottage.
Oh my God, are we gonna lose? Wait, hold on. Does make some noise if you all want to lick a lollipop made of racehorse semen? What did it in? Was it the $2,000 you get per lick, or was it just the satisfaction of y'all just love licking?
What sold me was the trampoline, honestly.
Wait, so we won your vote on your own argument?
Yeah.
Corey's so uncomfy.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Trackside with Pete Davidson, who also licked the lollipop, doesn't sound too bad.
I think he'd actually do it, though.
How did we lose that?
I'll be honest, we didn't put up that big of a fight, but
I
also
told you
I
guys.
kind of wanted them to win that one.
You should have took one of our guys. You're up
okay.
for a
All right,
big
No,
fight.
no, we're about
No.
to make a comeback. No pun intended.
If you make a
give
comeback,
them the
make
two?
sure the lollipop's involved.
All right, pull
right,
two
pick
out,
two.
read them, and then you decide which one we have to take.
Okay,
Oh boy, here we
Mr.
go.
Mastermind, let's go.
I love that
take
we
those.
met you guys literally an hour ago, and this is what we're talking
Actually, yeah.
We've had weirder things, though.
The lollipop wasn't cum, though.
Welcome to our paranormal podcast.
Hey.
about. This is very unusual
you
and
for having us.
unexplained.
Would you rather live in a mansion for free, but twice a month you have to let a demon take over your body?
Oh.
Or cast a spell that turns all moms into Karens, but only at restaurants?
I want the Karen one.
Is that what you get?
I love Karens.
Oh, no. Okay, so are you guys taking Karen's?
Daily basis.
All right, and then we're living in a mansion?
Okay. This is easy.
This one.
So for
hopefully is
us,
easy.
we live in a mansion for free, but twice a month you have to let a demon take over you, which is me.
Yes.
Minus the mansion part. Minus the mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, okay. All right, go ahead. No, take it from there.
No, we won. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, look, here we are, Corey. Not only us, any of you. This is for you, right? This is for you. You all,
exactly.
You all get to live in a mansion.
Wow.
The biggest house you've ever wanted.
Wow.
Massive.
It's huge. That's a big house.
You can take
Picture it.
Bezos' house, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Star Island in Miami, any island you want, the Caymans, anything at all. A mansion. Everything you could ever
Anything.
want in the mansion. Swimming pool, beachfront, master bedrooms. There's a yacht there, right? No, every good mansion has a boat and a limo and a driver and a full-time staff.
Yep.
But all you have to do is twice a month. That's it. 2 times a month. You can even do it in like back-to-back days if you want, right?
Get it
And
over with.
And a demon just takes over your body, not your mind.
No.
Just your body.
Yep.
What is a demon gonna do? Make you do yoga? Just gonna stretch you out and you're gonna do back bends, you're gonna crawl on the ceiling. You still have
Exactly.
all your same thoughts. You can still be a decent human, but your body's just, your head's gonna spin around.
Yep.
Oh no, you go see a chiropractor the next day. Guess what? You don't have to go anywhere. You own a mansion. Now you have a chiropractor on staff.
Yeah,
Yep.
but guys, what happens if this demon wants to go to a restaurant? We're gonna their day up. My Karen, your demon, my Karen's gonna beat the out of your demon.
Is this now a Karen versus
Howard.
Beelzebub? Is that what just happened
and
here?
you know what? The fact that we can get free food at any minute would be amazing.
You think
because
so?
my Karen is gonna chew the cook.
She wants to speak to the manager.
She's gonna beat their.
Isn't it weird that whenever people ask to speak to the manager, they never do? They yell.
Yeah.
No one's ever been like, "Oh, hi, manager. How
Well,
are
you know
Lovely
why?
day."
Because that's who we casted out, a Karen. So all those Karens that you did see, that's from us.
Okay, but we never need to go out to a restaurant. We live in a mansion. We have a chef.
We have a chef
On staff.
Your chef is a Karen.
Secretly, you guys have a restaurant where you're at. And we go there all the time. We make play days, and we go and eat at your guys' place with our Karen. We don't have just one Karen either. We're booked out.
How did you infiltrate our mansion?
The demon, an idiot, let us in.
You guys are way better at this than I thought you were gonna be.
Karen got us in.
What I don't like is how like calmly you make your debate. It makes it so like you're just like, yeah, this is fact. Fuck. Like, it's just you're so chill with it. I'm like, bro, chill.
The restaurant that our Karen manages is where your chef studied.
So Chili's.
Well, if that
Okay.
so that means that our chef has been under tremendous pressure. He's dealt with Karens all the time.
Damn.
Which makes him a perfect candidate to
Yet
deal with us.
he still cries every time.
He still cries every time?
Every time he cooks a meal.
That's okay.
He thinks of that one time. Damn, that Karen really ripped me to shreds. Hurt my feelings. Pulled my pants down, spanked my a couple times.
At Chili's. This happened at Chili's.
Honestly,
Whatever
that
happens
sounds
at
right
Chili's
for Chili's.
stays
That
at
kind of sounds
Chili's,
right
buddy.
for Chili's. Wait, what is it? Is it only turned mothers into Karens? Is that what it said?
No.
What
can
did it
be-
say?
Anybody can be a Karen. No.
What
It's
Oh,
moms.
moms.
It is
All
moms.
moms.
Yeah.
So we'll just make sure that whoever we hire,
But did you?
It isn't a mom.
it's not a mom. No
not a
MILFs
mom.
allowed at our mansion.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We
But
sent
if
the
you
mom
don't-
in there.
If you don't hire a mom, though, you're not going to get that cooked in the kitchen home style food. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody loves mama's cooking.
Yeah.
What about dad's cooking? You don't think dad makes good tacos?
My dad's a horrible
He can
chef.
grill all he wants. He can go outside and grill all he wants.
Wait,
The demon is what fell for the whole thing.
I think there's a problem with your power. What happens when everyone goes to the same restaurant on Mother's Day?
Oh.
You know what's crazy?
Do all the mothers just start cannibalizing each other?
You know what's
tearing
crazy?
each other apart?
This card isn't fully specific, so technically we are spellcasters, and we can cast any spell in the world.
Okay, let's calm down. Stick to your card.
But yeah,
let's calm down.
with the Karen thing.
It's already a 3 versus 2 fight, so let's calm.
Yeah, look.
Hi.
I'm just saying, it sounds terrible that on Mother's Day, when they all go to Applebee's, it's going to turn into a bloodbath.
I can see it now. Just one mom walking up. Can I speak to the manager? Why did she get her baked potato soup before I did?
Yeah. You know what happens after that? Starts to get closed. Your whole place is going to get shut down. Then you guys will have nowhere to go besides our mom, Karen. She'll let you in.
No, we have a mansion.
They do.
Mansion's going to get shut down.
I don't know where all of a sudden a restaurant popped up in our mansion.
So somehow let's just we moved in to the mansion. So we're running that.
You're not allowed.
Yeah, you're not allowed in.
We already got in.
Are they allowed to move into our mansion,
Karen
guys?
got us in. Yes.
Oh!
No, they're not. No.
We're already in, guys. Sorry.
Look, first off, I know it's an even battle, Demon versus Karen, but regardless, regardless, like you're not getting in our mansion. Like we have a moat around it. We live on Star Island, okay?
Yeah,
Like you're not
sorry.
just gonna pop open a restaurant in our mansion. So at this point, again, we live in a very comfortable house, don't we? Right? We all live in a very comfortable house together. We have whatever we want, and we become very flexible 2 times a month. We just start twisting our limbs around, but we
Yeah.
still have perfect mind process. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
can still think of everything perfectly fine.
Yeah, we do. We even have a room. We have a security room for those 2 days when we become demons. We make sure that we get locked in there and we can't leave that room. So we don't do anything bad. You know, we just get locked away for 2 days a month.
No.
And then we enjoy.
Yeah.
No way.
Hey, are there any
No way, that's not
mothers in here
happening.
by chance right now? Oh, do you guys all want to be turned into a psychotic every time you go to a restaurant? Because if so, that's what you're voting for right now.
I cast the spell. He cast the spell. Yo, we're just in it to win it.
The only spell you can do is turning moms into Karens when they go to restaurants.
Yeah, you didn't study very well at Hogwarts.
What if on said Mother's Day, when they all turn into the mega and decide to go to Applebee's?
Yo, mega like they're Megatron. They're just
if-
all Transformers linking Karen powers together.
Mega transform!
yeah.
They all just braid their hair into that same bobbed haircut, just perfectly framed around.
What if one of your transformations twice a month takes place around the same time frame, and your demon body wants to go see this bloodbath at Applebee's?
Ooh, that might bring some attention from the demon.
No, because we're locked in a room.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No,
We're locked in a room.
no,
We
no,
can't.
no.
You could argue that demons do have some sort of supernatural power, the super strength that you hear of.
They
and
do,
stuff.
but again, they only take over our body. And guess what controls the body? The mind,
Oh, this is fair.
right? Unless you sleepwalk. But at this point, we'll just make sure we drink a ton of caffeine and we stay wide awake during the entire transformation.
Yep.
And then we'll just be super active. If anything, we'll get shredded, right? We'll just hit that treadmill running 3-minute miles.
Wow, a
right?
mansion and
Wow.
we're shredded?
Yeah, dude, we'll have like a 72-inch box jump.
Wow.
Our finger strength will be insane from crawling on the ceiling. We're just gonna be like amazingly strong, fit, sexy, living in our private houses, and here you are just turning everyone's mother into a
Way to
Why
go,
do I have
guys.
the feeling that this is already like an everyday basis for you guys? I just have that feeling.
All right, let's
Shred it out. Coffee. Feeling good.
All right, let's vote on it, y'all. So make some noise for Karens.
Are you? What? Oh, man.
and make some noise if you'd all rather live in a mansion, but you just have to be a demon twice a month.
Okay.
One to one.
1 to 1.
1 to
Okay,
one.
I see.
All right, we'll pull
All good.
2,
All
and then
good.
this time we'll deal you. Would you rather breastfeed Annabelle until she's grown enough to get her driver's license, or would you rather save your best friend's life from the roof of a 30-story burning building, but the only way is to tie a bungee jumping cable around your scrotum/labia?
Those are great.
I kind of want to breastfeed Annabelle.
Excuse me?
I was.
What do you mean you want to breastfeed Annabelle?
Well, like,
just
obviously
gonna
we
say,
can't do it. We
guys,
just got to hire
I don't know if
someone.
we want to breastfeed because
oh, yeah?
Yeah, we just
It
got-
doesn't say it.
just says breastfeed Annabelle. And obviously we can't breastfeed her.
Correct.
exactly.
Wyatt has a pretty
on.
big scrotum, I hear, so.
The scrotum's
Look,
not that bad.
I'll be honest, dude. I would love to save your
Corey
life, but
has
not if it means
very
getting my
small
balls
scrotum.
ripped off.
Who said they would get ripped off?
Well, you have to tie a bungee cord around your nutsack to save you.
Ain't nothing getting ripped off over here.
What'd you say? You said nothing's gonna get ripped off over there?
Elastic nuts.
Is that a superhero?
You have like one of
could
those
be.
rubber band balls for a scrotum, dude.
Oh,
All right, what do you want to give them?
Let's do Annabelle, because you're right. We can hire
thank
someone.
you.
Okay.
It won't be us.
All right, so that means you guys have to convince everyone to save their best friend's life, but the only way to do it is to tie a bungee cord around their
All right,
genitalia.
Wyatt, you got this, dude.
Oh God.
And meanwhile, all we have to do is breastfeed Annie until she's grown enough to get her driver's license.
Oh,
You know, here's the thing though.
huh.
The reason why Annie, look, we've met her. Okay, we're friends.
Yeah.
We've hung out with her for a few hours,
Yeah.
right? And
That's not fair.
it's not. Is it not fair? I mean, but that's the thing. That's why we got to hang out with her, and that's why we know that she wants to get her driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I've been stuck in this box my entire. I just
guys.
want a little freedom.
It's been a minute.
I just want to rent a Mustang convertible, drop the top, and hit PCH.
Ooh, turn on
You know
some
what I mean?
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, just let my red curls just blow in the wind.
Getting
you know what
possessed
I mean?
involved too? Because that could happen.
No, I mean that's the thing. That's why she's possessing people.
What
That's
about
why
the milk? That doesn't make sense. You got tainted milk. You
Who-
too.
who's got tainted
You guys
milk?
are old.
Oh,
Look at you. Old as bones.
no, we can't breastfeed. Where's the milk gonna come from?
Yeah.
We have
you're
to
gonna-
hire
Are
someone.
you going to bottle feed?
We're gonna pump.
Damn, you guys.
We're gonna pump milk, premium, grade A,
2%.
milk. Serena Williams. Serena Williams is gonna donate whore breast milk, and we're gonna get Annie ready for the world.
Yeah.
Okay? Annie's gonna be free.
Guys.
Guess what? We don't even have to open the glass case. She's just gonna break her way out of it.
And guess what's
Okay?
outside? Guess what's outside that case? She takes one step out the front door. Oh, it's an 02 Mustang. And guess what, Annie? It's yours.
Yeah. All those car troubles everyone has every time Dan.
I can't
has-
wait till that episode comes out.
Oh, it
Because
will. This Halloween.
I'm probably gonna be dead. My kids are gonna be dead by the time that happens.
By the time Annie does bust out of that case, it's been a long time she's been inside that case, right? Mm-hmm. She's never been to school. She doesn't know what a car is. She doesn't know how to drive.
Oh, no. She knows what a car
She's
is.
got to go to the DMV and take the test.
Oh, think about the priest that challenged. And Annie was just in the back seat of that car. That's why he crashed. All right.
So the
Oh,
reason
yeah.
the reason
I
our
dropped
best
some
friend,
actual knowledge on you.
you guys got to understand the reason why our best friend is on top of this building.
Yeah.
He's got to jump, right? Well, he ended up there because before you guys, he was doing the breastfeeding. He realized that it would never happen.
Don't wink at me. Don't
He realized.
don't hit me. Don't hit me with some smart ass.
He
realized-
just went breastfeeding.
Yeah, he just went, yo, I'm about to crush you, and then blinked. Don't do that.
He
Continue.
realized-
Don't do that.
Continue.
That's never gonna happen because Annabelle's a doll, and Annabelle ain't gonna grow.
Oh, are you you just challenged?
you just
An-
challenge Annie?
challenged Annabelle?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yo, she about to drive to your house and drive her Mustang, right?
bro. Come on, bring it.
Okay, so which one of you, best friend, right? Who's jumping and who's
oh,
jumping?
so it gets to be one of us?
Well, you have to save. I mean, I'm
Okay.
assuming you're best friends,
All right.
unless we're gonna make this
Elastic nuts.
awkward.
Who's got elastic nuts?
You looked at me first, and
Okay,
I'm
Wyatt.
obviously not the twin, so I feel like I've been nominated to take this
Okay,
lead from the
so
building.
I am on top of this building. So let's just bring it back. I was the one who tried to, breastfeed that doll. It was a hard move to do. But now I'm on top of this building. It's burning. I'm scared.
Why do you keep tying our to yours, bro? No
I
one
just
said you
want
could breastfeed Annie.
I gotta bring it in.
Here's a question. Who here would love to actually be able to touch Annabelle? Would anyone here actually want to hold Annabelle? Guess what? Guess how you breastfeed a baby? You fucking
Nice.
cradle it, right? And now you're
Nice.
just cradling little Annie. She's just... right? Just sucking on your titty, just getting real strong, getting ready to just go on a road trip. You know what I mean?
If she's
A ghost titty. That goes back to the beginning.
Okay.
That was good. That was
If she's-
pretty good.
if she's stuck in the doll, though, how's she gonna even ingest? said
Oh,
breast milk?
okay, so on the side of it, there's crosses cut into the side. We'll just run like a breast pump, through it and run like a little tube in there.
Just enough to get her nice and soggy, right?
Just enough to get her
Because she is a doll.
yeah, just get her a little energized, you know what I mean? Just pump that cotton full of milk and, you know what I mean? Just kind of, yeah, exactly. Just get her a little,
Yeah, juicing up a vape.
yeah,
Perfect.
Just getting her primed up. And then when she trusts us enough and she's like, more milk, please. Then we'll open up the case and we'll start coddling her. We'll teach her not all people are bad.
Nice.
I'd
I'd rather save my friend, AKA, hopefully my friend would save my life.
Yeah, I don't use enough. I don't use enough coconut oil to be able to withstand that much of a stretch.
So wait, hang the on. We gotta fight.
Oh,
we
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
fight
that's
for
right.
this,
No,
man.
I'm letting them tear
You
each
gotta
other
take
apart.
some-
No, keep going.
Yeah,
Take some
continue.
stretching,
Tear
man.
each other apart. Go ahead, keep going.
We're gonna contact Willy Wonka.
What the
Bear with me.
You
He's
don't
got
have
that
William's
Laffy
number.
Taffy stretcher. We're gonna send his over there. Get his nut nice and stretched out, ready to go.
Oh, wait, so are you hitting up Gene Wilder, Johnny Depp, or Mr. Beast? Because those are your...
Dude,
I'll take.
I don't
that.
know if Mr. Beast could handle,
I'll take
honestly.
Depp.
Depp.
And he's going to help talk your friend off the... What the f***?
No,
dude.
no, no.
I'm
Why
on
is
the
Johnny
building.
on the building?
We're gonna contact Willy Wonka. He's gonna give us that magical piece of bubble gum that's gonna turn me into some bubble gum.
Ooh,
That way I can take that stretch, just like the girl that ate the blueberry.
yeah.
You know?
Just
Y'all-
like that.
Y'all
gonna
losing
happen.
this argument so hard that you're talking about snacks at this point. I don't know what's going on.
We're fucking hungry, man. I gotta get the Karen out. Give me some food.
All right, I think this is kind of going to be an obvious vote, is it not?
Yeah, it's
Probably.
pretty
No
easy.
way.
Okay, would
Pretty
you
easy.
would you all rather have to save your friend's life, but the only way to do it is to tie a bungee cord around your genitalia because apparently you weren't a good enough friend, and now he's on the top of a 30-story building, right? And he made sure to do it in front of you, obviously, because
it's a burning
it's
building.
a spiteful jump. It's a F-
You
you,
gotta do
you're
it.
making me do this, which implies that you're a terrible friend.
I'm a great friend, I think.
All right. Or would you rather breastfeed Annabelle until she can get a driver's license? So make some noise if you'd rather breastfeed Annie. Okay. Or would you rather have to save your best friend's life via bungee cord on your genitalia? Wait, were you the one to go? You were the one.
You guys hear that?
You made more.
Loud, bro.
All right, should we do one more but speed round?
Yeah, do you guys want us to do one
Speed
more?
round?
All right, we'll do one more round. You guys can draw 2 out.
Would you rather have a sleepover with Freddy Krueger or cast a spell that gives all toddlers super strength and extreme uncontrollable violence?
Damn.
Curious to see which one you choose to keep.
Think wisely. We're down one here.
Should we go around the corner and talk?
Why are you whispering but also talking to the microphone?
It's like, you were just like, what do you think we should do?
Yeah, I don't know
What do you think?
Do you think
What do you think?
hear us?
I don't think they can.
What do you think we got strength in?
Why are you still whispering? I can hear you. Which one? We said speed round over here.
I personally think I want to take the sleepover with Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
So we got cast a spell that gives all toddlers super strength and extreme uncontrollable violence.
Do you know why we had to do that?
Why,
To
Elton?
fight the Karens that they created.
That's in the past. That's in the past.
Wow.
It's a toddler versus Karen world.
Yeah, I don't think this is that bad.
That's all in the
I
dirt
think-
now, boys.
I think this could actually help the planet.
But
if you think about it,
if our Karens that we created are all mothers to these toddlers, they're still superior. These
But that
toddlers
is
have
where
no
they got
chance.
their violence. You have created the problem in the world we live in which we now need to take the youth and joy away from children and turn them into little Dwayne the Rock Johnson monsters
Yep.
that are just terrorizing preschools everywhere.
wow.
The thing is, I'm gonna have a sleepover with Freddy Krueger.
But he's
I'm gonna
our
tell him
friend,
all
right?
about these kids, and I'm gonna be like, dude, they said that they could beat your and he's gonna be like, what? What'd you say? I can beat out of them.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna send their or send him over to them.
Let me
in
ask
their
you this.
dreams.
15 toddlers want to stab you. You think you can take them? Real world, not even extreme uncontrolled.
You think I can?
15?
Yeah, let's start it low. 15.
You think you can take down 15
okay,
toddlers?
Give me like a height. I just want to see.
Hold
It's
on.
a toddler.
You know,
Chucky height toddler? Okay.
They're gonna all
What?
morph together and freaking create like some mega.
the
freaking
Mega
baby.
Todd.
The Mega Todd?
yo,
What?
Freddy's
what are
got
these,
that.
What are these toddlers packing? What are we talking here? Little pocket knives? You said
Oh my
stab.
god.
Yeah. 15 toddlers with little pocket knives.
With little some
Just coming
Swiss
at you,
Army
one
knives?
in each hand, one in each hand too.
Yep.
Oh, they're
And
double fisting
They're
Swiss
double
Army
fisting
knives?
Swiss Army knives, right? And here's the thing: they don't have coordination yet, so
Yeah.
they're just hammering
Wild.
away, blind rage, just trying to stab you.
You
what
know,
would you guys want?
I spent a lot of time playing Mortal Kombat as a kid, and I honestly think I could take those 15 toddlers.
Those kids.
Oh, but,
Round one.
But this doesn't
Fatality.
say. This doesn't say 15. This says all toddlers. We were just starting at
We're
low.
just gauging you.
We were just starting with a little daycare.
All
Bring it.
toddlers.
Bring that. We
All
got Freddy.
toddlers.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
we're sleeping
so-
over with Freddy. Why do you think we could sleep over with Freddy? He likes us.
Also,
We're
dude,
friends.
kind of
He's
weird.
a
You guys are
fucking-
kind of old to have sleepovers.
Never.
Seems a little,
Never
seems a
too
little
old.
weird, dude. Seems a little
Never
weird.
too old.
Freddy.
That's how
Corey.
strong our bond
Never
is.
too old.
And also, yeah,
Ever.
it does seem a little weird. And for the record, you have a sleepover with Freddy. You never get to hang out with him. He only appears when you go to sleep.
Exactly.
So at that point,
So then we're going to be in his world where those kids, when they go to sleep,
Are also sleeping.
they dream,
yeah.
and that's when we them up.
We can sick
A
Freddy
boot to
on
the mouth.
all the toddlers at one time because they're all dreaming. They're all sleeping.
Yeah.
Freddy might be one person, but in the dream world, he can get them all.
Well, that's actually incorrect because we teamed up with the U.S. government
Oh,
and we created an army of super toddlers, and they all are on different sleeping schedules. We got 1,000 awake during this hour.
That,
We got a
that's
couple
totally
thousand.
fine. We work around the clock.
You
these
guys,
toddlers are taking shifts now?
you guys ever played Halo?
Yeah.
Halo 3, Master Chief.
Master Chief?
You ever heard of him?
He was a
Yeah.
toddler.
Once.
That's a big
No,
toddler.
no, he is currently. He's one of our super strength.
You can't bring that shit in. A video game?
But
We deserve a.
You brought
Freddy.
in Willy Wonka
right.
and Johnny Depp.
Freddy still
All right.
has one advantage. Like he's not physical. he's only in your dreams, and everybody's got to sleep. They can't get Freddy. Freddy can always get you.
Have you ever gave a toddler a Red Bull?
Oh, it's nothing compared to what we got, dude.
Have you ever given Freddy a Red Bull?
Ooh. And if you guys want to bring others in, we got Freddy, Jason,
Who
Michael
said?
Myers. We said you can't say that you got somebody and then we don't.
Who do we say we got?
Master Chief.
No, I didn't say we got him. I just said that's who Master Chief is.
As a toddler.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
We live.
All right.
Imagine this, right? Toddlers, super strong. Okay, yeah, they got anger issues. Guess what? Maybe with such a huge demand for all these anger issues, we'll have more therapists. And then it'll be more normal for people to grow up and go to therapy.
Wow.
Right? So
What
now,
do these toddlers need?
what do these toddlers need?
They need breast milk.
Naps. They need naps. They
So you
sleep.
hired that one person to give Annabelle some breast
Serena
milk.
Williams.
Okay.
Not that one person, one of the greatest
Serena
athletes to ever
Williams.
walk this earth. You know why? Because when she was a toddler, she was extremely strong and violent.
So she can handle them all, right? No
That's
way.
why she was chosen. She was the first.
Round clock, huh?
Yeah.
No. Let's bring our old friend Lollipop back in.
You want to bring the lollipop
Okay.
back?
Freddy Krueger got the lollipop at one point in time, so now he's just incredible. The guy can do anything.
He's just rich.
And let's be realistic here, though, too. Super soldier, day shift, night shift, toddlers or not, every toddler needs to take a nap, right? Now they're double susceptible to Freddy. They sleep twice as much as we do.
You don't think we have night shift toddlers?
You may, but they can't help the ones that are sleeping. We'll take them out.
Freddy doesn't sleep.
slowly.
You think
Systematically.
Freddy? Okay, I would say roughly there's probably 500 million toddlers on this planet. I think mathematically that would be a low end estimate.
That's a
You
lot.
think Freddy Krueger could take down 500 million toddlers? That's every American citizen plus another 160 million. That's 1.5 Americas. All right, that means we got redneck toddlers, right?
you
wanna-
also- you
Look,
have
I
to
don't even fu- I just
understand
need Kentucky toddlers. That's
With
all
that
I need at this point.
lollipop, now he has racehorse fingers.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
So
Guess-
now you're screwed.
Hey, here's the thing. Guess who loves candy? Toddlers.
Huh.
You know what they love?
Freddy Krueger
Lollipops.
loves candy,
All
too.
these toddlers now licking those semen lollipops.
Wait a minute.
But they
Wait
can't
a
have
minute.
it.
Wait
Wait
a
a
minute.
minute. have it.
Wait
Now
a
they're
minute.
stronger.
Wait a minute.
Now they're
They can't have that.
You can't give racehorse semen lollipops to toddlers. Super
Says who?
soldiers
That
are
is- Oh, you know what? You don't have to give it to them. They're super strong and they're violent. They're gonna take what they want.
Freddy's gonna them up.
super strong or
regardless.
not. All we got to do is lock
You switch
ourselves.
sides, dude.
We live.
I mean, when you said toddler and racehorse semen lollipop, I'm switching over here. I gotta come on this side for a minute.
Dude, do not come on that side, Corey.
Don't come on this side.
Corey, we have lollipops on this side.
We got lollipops. We got them lollipops.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, sleepovers with Freddy Krueger, or you turn all toddlers into super soldiers and help spread mental health awareness at a
Wow.
young age.
But you
Freddy
guys didn't even
Krueger-
talk
Freddy Krueger's
the
a
mental
badass
health
friend.
awareness, so more or less we kind of just got it in the bag.
Okay, think like one, LeBron James, amazing athlete, right?
Freddy Krueger killed him. Just now. He's probably sleeping, dead.
I thought you were gonna go for the popsicle. I thought you were gonna say you had a popsicle.
That's fine. That's
The
fine.
lollipop?
Okay,
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger took out LeBron James. All right, that's fine. You know, it happened. It's in the past. We couldn't do anything
Now he's
about
with
it.
us, though.
To be honest, it's your fault. It's your fault.
fight.
You helped Freddie take him down. But LeBron started playing basketball probably, middle school. Imagine if he started when he was a toddler. How much better of an athlete he would be. How much more
Wow.
entertainment there would be.
Well, but you
All
guys
of
have to
us.
go up against all the toddlers that Freddy did get because after he got them, they're now with us.
Freddie doesn't turn them into zombies.
He did now.
What the?
He fucking did now.
You just hybrided Freddy Krueger with The Walking Dead?
Dude, that guy, we gave
The
him
walking
a lollipop.
Fred?
He could do whatever the he wants now.
That was good.
You got the
That was pretty
lollipop.
good.
Okay, let's put it to a vote. Let's
Okay.
put it to a vote.
All right.
All right. Make noise if
Freddy's
you would
badass.
rather
Freddy's
have a
badass.
sleepover with Freddy Krueger and trust that he's not going to murder you when you go to sleep.
Your
won't.
friends.
He won't.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
Thank you.
make noise if you'd rather turn every single toddler into an extremely strong, maniacal tyrant of a perfect human.
No, what?
I think we took that.
I think we took that.
I think we
I
took
don't
that.
know.
That's pretty
We take
close.
it?
I think we took that.
Some of you
We'll
didn't scream
go to a
loud
recount.
enough.
All right, we'll go to a recount purely based on noise. Make noise for Twin Paranormal.
That sounded louder this time.
All right.
Thank you.
Make noise for Corey and I.
I still
tough.
think we won.
It still kind of sounded like a tie.
I also find it interesting that your half of the audience is who voted
Don't
louder
make
for you.
me talk to Freddie.
All right, I think we
Benson?
What?
Freddie Benson for
Kruger,
Mike
but
Harley.
close.
Oh, I've never.
Continue.
Okay, I think that was a good round of game. You guys had a much more formidable fight than I thought you would have.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a
you.
big boy word.
We got to fight for our lives somehow.
Formidable.
That was pretty tough. Not gonna lie, pretty tough.
Okay. Well, let's like maybe get a little bit more serious then. Do you want to start with what's been happening, or should we learn a little bit more about your guys' view and your stance? Because full discretion, I already said this earlier in the motorhome. I've never watched any of your videos. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against anyone. I
That's
don't watch
fine.
anyone else's paranormal videos, TV shows, anything like that at all. I just don't want to hijack ideas. So truly, I don't know your stance on anything. I don't even know how you guys investigate. I don't know your views on anything. But you guys have been gaining, let's say, popularity. Right, because more and more people are like, you should collab with them, you should collab with them, you should collab with them. So obviously, you guys are starting to get, a little bit bigger and
Working with our heart, sweat, and tears.
Exactly. So I'm
Mostly
curious to know,
tears.
like, what's your attitude towards the videos you make and your view in the paranormal? Like, why are you doing these videos? Like, why do you make this content?
I mean, everybody says they love doing it. I mean, when you go out and get some great evidence to prove to the world that I just did that. I spoke to this, wherever you are, spoke to this person who has been in this home for said, amount of years. You're going to get excited once you get the information, what year they, died there, what their name is, so on and so forth. You always feel so good when that happens. And that's what always makes me continue. Always.
So is it more so for like the
Proof.
the adrenaline rush and the
Oh,
excitement?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And you are, I'm assuming, all believers, or any of you like me, where you choose to stay on the skepticism side?
I mean, we were super skeptic, and then like the more, because we film and bang out so many videos that it's like, at some point you have to start believing. If something starts happening right in front of your face, then I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't know how I can try and debunk that, because we try, we'll definitely try.
We all kind of gravitated towards the subject because of experiences that we had when we were much younger in life. Even, obviously they grew up together, but way before we all met each other and whatnot. And one day we were kind of just sitting in the house and we were like, hey, why don't we try this? Because we experimented with other things on YouTube at the time, and everybody grows up watching the ghost hunting TV shows and all that jazz. So we gave it a shot ourselves, and like you're saying, it's almost somewhat addicting. You get into it and you're like, okay, there really might be something to this. And then over time, it sort of turned into, we've experienced some things that are undeniable, like there's no feasible way to explain that. It has to be some sort of paranormal aspect.
Yeah, I mean, like, to add on to that, like, sometimes when you get something that's like, it's just hard to explain, because then you look up and you're like, did we actually just catch this? And obviously, like, you're like, are the cameras rolling, right? That's why we try to put like tons of cameras around us so that we can prove that, oh yeah, we're not tampering with anything that we're getting. So sometimes when we get the stuff, we can't even believe it ourselves. Like, it's pretty incredible from what we've gotten, so.
Do you guys do anything before you start the investigation? Because something that we've learned recently, we've been doing it for a little bit with our good friend Patty, and she's taught me how to do it. And during this tour, I've been doing this group circle session where we open the veil, and then we'll also put out there what we're hoping to experience tonight. And since we've been opening the veil, we've gotten a lot, very good evidence, but also a lot more of kind of like evil encounters as well. Like, there's been a lot of people on this tour that have been, they're getting scratched, like even like their scratches, like they're bleeding. We've been having people like getting sick. Like one of the days I had a Dybbuk box fell, and like I had like a random nosebleed. And then same with Elton yesterday. He had some stuff happen to him yesterday. And so I'm just curious, do you guys think that opening the veil does bring in more negative or good energy? And do you guys do stuff like that, or have you ever?
Can I touch on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we don't, every investigation we do, we don't have like a ritual, for lack of a better word, you know, a practice we do every single time. Some investigations we'll notice beforehand, like our energy is off. You know, one of us might be struggling that day or going through something, and, you know, we'll take a minute, look at each other and be like, hey, you need to chill out, you know, calm down, focus, ground yourself. That's one of the things we do, try to do most often, is go in with a clear and open mind. But as far as like opening the veil or doing something specifically to try to get that connection between the two worlds more open, we've never really tried that. But personally, I think that's like a fantastic idea. I think that's crazy. The fact that that's had some success for you guys is pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we didn't seek out. Like any chance we have to like find like an expert, we reach out to them and go, hey, is there anything, you know, can we learn from you? Like, can we respectfully learn from you? Can you coach us? And like, that's something that we've been kind of coached on. And I remember the first night we ever did it with like 100% enthusiasm and respect and like genuine kind of care toward it was one of the craziest things we've ever had happen that night. And because of that, like obviously we'd go into investigations and forget every once in a while. We'd be like, oh, we should have done that, or we'd be halfway through.
It happens.
And we'd be like, oh, we didn't do it, and then we do it halfway through, and then boom, it fixed it. But yeah, it's something kind of like new to us, because like I kind of came into this more on like the technical side, right, with more of the tools and recorders and devices and electronics. So the spiritual side and understanding, right, the realms was never part of my mindset.
Right.
But now it's like we're doing it every night, and it's like, it's strangely, like we've had more stuff happen in these last, 30 days on tour than we had, honestly, in the last 5 years of doing these investigations, because we've kind of started adapting that practice.
Sort of like a meditation in a way.
Oh, for sure, yes, 100%. I've also realized, though, that whenever we open the veil, the people that get affected during investigating, like the people that get sick and go throw up, and the people that get scratched, are the ones, after we open the veil, they're always the ones that say, I give you permission to touch me. I give you permission to use my energy. So the spirits really are like listening. And I think that, last night a full moon?
Yeah, and last night is also when they were listening and heard us say, we want some ghost titties. And they were like, yeah, give us the ghost titties.
As we're having a serious talk right now. I'm trying to be so deep and serious.
Every investigation that we walk into, we don't do that, but we always go, and we're really well known for how polite we are. So we're always like, thank you, please, so on and so forth.
Like the respect thing really plays into, like you guys were saying too.
It does. We never, offer our bodies, which is fine. We've done a couple of collabs where they do that. Go ahead. You guys go ahead, do it. That's fine. Maybe one day we'll do it. We've never messed with a Ouija board, but the evidence that we do get is always still like top. It's always top of the line. And we're always so excited. But one thing I will note, when we do drive to the location, we always listen to a specific song to get hyped up. And it's, what is it? 4 big guys. And they bust in my eyes. Damn, that tastes like apple pie.
What?
You guys never heard?
Three Big Balls.
Yeah,
It's
3
a
big balls.
horrible song.
Dude, it is the dumbest song in the world.
That's your pre-Ghost Hunt song?
That's the
Well,
hype
so
song.
we made it as a joke, but it actually stuck. And it was like some song that was trending on TikTok for a little while, and our buddy showed us. And I remember when Josh and Seth, they were recently with us, we popped that on, and I'm like, yo, guys, this is our hype music. We're about to go film a banger. And they're looking at each other like, what the f-? But like in the end, they start like jamming. Dude. It was on, and then we had a great investigation. It also has to do with how you feel before you do this investigation. You want to be hyped up. You want to know that you're gonna get evidence, because if you go in there like all bummed out, say you got in a fight with somebody, it's so hard to like hype yourself back up. It really is, as much as you want.
Have you guys ever had anything happen where it made you go, we shouldn't do this anymore? Have you had those like kind of terrifying moments?
2 nights ago, yeah.
What happened?
Oh God. We went to this place. A few of you might know it. It's called the Hotel Leger. It's in, we're just gonna go with Moki Hill, because the full pronunciation is ridiculous. But it's this super, super old hotel, and it's built on the foundation of that town's original courthouse and jail from the 1800s. And some pretty horrendous stuff went down there. It was like one of the most violent towns out west in the time period. I believe, if I'm correct, for 17 weeks straight, it was like one man a week was killed until they made their own little vigilante army and took out the rest of the bad guys to solve their problem.
Yeah, some of the people didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like there's a plaque on the wall in front of the hotel, and it says something along the lines that there was a man just like leaning against the wall, and a guy shot him point blank, just killed him. No reason. Didn't even say a word to him. Wow. And so it was just that kind of town.
There's a lot of negative things that went down there back in the day, and we showed up sort of with an invitation, if you will. The owners of the hotel pretty much gave us like the master key, and they were kind of like, just, have at it. There was nobody there that night, nothing. The whole place was totally open. And there's a few notorious stories of people encountering demonic entities or evil spirits there, and we definitely found it. By the time we got to the end of the night, we were trapped in one of the biggest rooms in the hotel that we were using sort of like a base camp. And you could hear what sounded like something heavy and big enough to shake the room, but it was clawing up the wall. And it was so loud you could track it just with your ears.
And
it went up and
Wyatt followed
over
it
to
with
the
his
right.
camera. Just followed where the noise was going.
One of the scariest things like we've ever experienced. And I'm pretty like grounded. I'm pretty, not to toot my own horn, but I stay pretty calm in some gnarly situations. And that one was like bad for me. I was ready to go after that one.
Well, not only that, our device said, "I hide in the shadows."
Yeah, that was weird too.
And by trapped, you felt as though if you were to try and leave, something not great would happen.
Yeah, something was trying to help us, but something didn't want us to go. So, and what was weird is you guys use REM pods quite often.
Yeah.
We stuck a REM pod in one of the rooms that just felt off, like they didn't really want us in there, so we just stuck a REM pod and a camera in there. As soon as we leave, the REM pod starts going crazy. But every time we'd go up to the door, open the door,
Dead quiet.
they'd stop if we went in the room. But then when we leave the room, it just would start going off and off and off. Like they wanted us to come back in that room because maybe that room was where we'd be the most safe. We didn't listen to that because we didn't know.
Or the most vulnerable. We couldn't really
exactly.
decipher that one.
50-50 chance.
So we took our shot and ended up in the worst room, in my opinion. But that's how it is sometimes.
What did you fear would happen? Had whatever that was, the demon entity, gotten into the room? Like what's going through your head?
We didn't know what we were going to fear, honestly, because a lot of these locations that we do this thing where we don't look up everything about the place, like the hauntings, because we want to go there.
For some validation.
For validation. We'll go there, get all the evidence, whether it's crazy or not, and then we go home, and that's when we do our history portion. It's the next morning. So then we research all and we start losing our minds because whatever happened to us that night is there on the history. So for an example, there was a time where we were in one of the main rooms with him, and he felt like somebody had grabbed onto his shoulder, tried to pull him back, and started whispering in his ear, just like mumbling and whatever. When we got home, because we were confused about that. That was weird. He felt super unsafe, felt like he was getting targeted. And the next morning when we did the research, did the history portion, I ran upstairs to his room, and I woke his ass up, and I was like, yo, so apparently there is a woman that tries to protect you from what is evil in the hotel. And what she is very well known to do is to grab you around your neck and try to pull you away.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And the trippy thing, like his physical experience that he was having that night sort of mirrored one of, like I said, Virginia City's very near and dear to us, the old Washoe Club here is where, yeah, River
I
will not
hate
step
that
foot there.
place.
Why?
He got 3 of they look like cat scratches, but we have him on camera. He never touched himself the whole encounter. He was right dead center in the camera frame, and he has these 3 gnarly cat scratches like from the top of his thigh all the way almost up to his upper chest.
No way.
Yeah, and it was pretty gnarly. That one shook him up.
So basically, in the Washer Club, the main room upstairs, Scotty's room, right?
Yeah.
Scotty's room. We were up there, and I remember seeing like a chalkboard that said "hell." Was it hell?
Someone wrote something up there. It was
It was something.
creepy.
It said, get out.
It said "get out" or something, and then after I saw it, moments later, we got "get out" on our device. And then out of nowhere, we had a little action cam that was facing down the stairs, and that flew off the camera, or off the night tripod. And then like we caught it all on camera, that section. And then we have a still cam pointed at me because I'm the main cam, and you could see the moment that whatever like got me, like it was a pretty big impact. So I like felt nothing but like fire, and I freaked out, and I pretty much dropped my camera. And yeah, I don't really like that place.
Were you doing anything to
No.
instigate
Nope.
anything like that?
No.
Just there?
No, I'm pretty respectful. I mean,
The one thing we did do, sorry to interrupt, the one thing we did do
you.
was there used to be a music box. There used to be a music box in there that we didn't
Asshole.
play. So we weren't too sure if that had something to do with it, but that was one thing.
Yeah, we'll be there in 2 months.
it's a great place. It's awesome. You're definitely gonna catch stuff.
Yo, you
for
literally
sure.
just said, "F that place, I hate it." And
Well,
then went, "It's a great place, it's awesome."
I mean, obviously, like to get evidence, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a good place. I don't like it personally because I felt like I was attacked, and every time I've been back there, I never wanted to go back. But I mean,
You want to have somebody on edge when you come back. Grab his ass. Bring him.
I mean,
Stick
I'll
him in
do it if I
Scotty's room.
absolutely have to. But
all right, you absolutely have to. I don't know.
right, yeah, cuff me and throw me in the car.
How long ago was it when you got scratched there?
Oh, like over a year ago, yeah.
And have you went back a couple times since then?
We went back one
Once.
time, and it still felt the same. Actually, didn't. So there's a lady with no eyes there.
Yeah.
We saw her that night, no?
hmm There's a notorious photograph of a woman that stands behind people when they take selfies in this specific room, and she has hollow eyes. They're just all black. You can't see her eyes. It's really trippy. Like the photo they'll show you when you take the tour, you'll see, is gnarly. It's so scary. It's horrible. But yeah, so Scotty, the one that we think is who scratched River the first time, didn't show up for us the second time. We even went back up there kind of, not with a vengeance in a negative way, but with a to be like, hey, Scotty, what's the deal? You know, what did we do? What did he do? Why'd you do it to him? And we didn't find any answers that way. So I don't know, maybe it, you know how it is. You go to these places, it might depend on the day, the night,
Yeah.
what happens, like you said, if you triggered it or something. But we've had a few things that have almost made us kind of think twice about going to these places and doing what we do.
When you went back, did you get anything? Feel like you were being attacked more than the rest of the group?
I mean, the whole time I felt like I was like being targeted in a way. It's kind of hard to explain. Like you go through something that's like life changing. That was the first time I've ever gotten scratched or anything like that, and it was massive scratches. And you know, being on camera, showing everyone that I didn't do it to myself, like, I mean, you can only say it's as real as, you know, people will believe. It is what it is. But yeah, when I went back there, I did feel very weird, for sure. But like I said, it's a great place.
It's
not
intense.
so great for me, but
I'm not trying to stir shit up, but I'm curious to hear your answer on this.
you're doing it.
Because I heard you say that you have to like set up cameras everywhere to validate your evidence. Do you find that extremely frustrating that it feels like now you have to work 5 or 10 times harder to validate evidence than I feel like it was like a year or two ago? Because I mean, we even talked about like you're stuck in kind of an editing pigeonhole. I'm stuck in an editing pigeonhole. And that problem is arising from the need to set up 15 cameras and track every single device and every single audio recorder and every single element. Like do you find it that it's validating that you have to do that, or do you find it a little frustrating that there is now this overwhelming need to like overly document, cover every square inch of everything? Like if we have stuff that happens off camera, we're at a point now where even if it's like the best shit ever, we just don't even include it.
Yeah.
Because we just know that it's like everyone's just gonna roast you and be like, oh, it's not real, it didn't happen. But some of our best shit happens just like slightly out of frame because you can't put 18, 20 cameras in a mill, and cover every floor and every corner and everything. So I'm just wondering how you guys feel about that. Was it a choice or was it necessity?
In my opinion, some of the best stuff that we've caught was from X cams. So like we've had weird things happen when we're all four in a room, and like without those X cams, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, it would have obviously happened, but we wouldn't have seen it in the editing process. Yes, it's a pain in the to edit that many cameras into one video, but if they're irrelevant, then what's the point? I mean, yeah, it is annoying, but we're not used to like 1 or 2 cameras. We're used to like 5 or 6.
So you've always had that many since the start?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So we started with 1.
Yeah.
We just started with 1 camera, and then we started with 1 camera and like a GoPro, and then we added and added and added. Now we're at a point where we literally have like no less than 9, 10 cameras.
We started with 1.
You started with 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 2 episodes though.
Because we had 0 money. We ended up just kind of like quitting our jobs and hoping for the best. So we bought the Canon T5i and just kind of filmed with that because it was like...
And the G7X Mark II.
Yeah, G7X Mark II. That one, it was small, digital. I mean, it was cheap, decent quality. I mean, but more or
It was
less,
fantastic.
we always wanted more cameras because it just made more sense to us.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. We started with like a 70D, right? It's like a $500 or $600 camera.
Yeah.
And we'd use our phone flashlight as our light, and we didn't even have mics. He still doesn't have a mic on his camera.
Yeah.
He's been doing YouTube for 7 years.
How
He
dare
refuses
you.
to put
A mic.
Fuck my...
They are such a pain in the ass, but when you catch good stuff, you're like, thank you, whoever's out there.
Yeah.
We actually run our mics into recorders that are Velcroed to the camera so that if we lose any audio from the mic or anything, because you know how that dies sometimes.
Yeah, you do a splitter, right?
So you never know. You got some audio at least,
Yeah.
so you can make something out of it. Because there's been locations that we've gone to where we lost all of our audio. And how are you going to make an episode? I mean, I guess you could do an old black and white film with no audio, but how do you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird. So,
What's your dream piece of evidence you could ever capture? What's the thing that you want to see? What's the
Ghost
one
titties.
Ghost titties. Hey,
I mean,
we're
let's
twins.
be honest, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
What's the thing though? Like, what would you want to capture? Like, do you want to see someone get dragged across the floor? Like, are you looking levitation? Are you looking like one day you speak a different language that you've never even heard of in your life? Like, what's the thing that you'd be like, this would be like if I died with this as my only piece of evidence and this is my legacy in the paranormal world? What would that thing be?
I'd go out with a nice big bang, something like that. I mean, if it took me out.
A nice big bang?
Yeah, to where
You want to be murdered?
Like not murdered. Like
You
something
went deep.
that's so good.
But like what?
But unfortunately, I'd die in the making or like
But
in the
what
whole
would that
process.
thing be?
Yeah, what
Something
he's asking, like,
lifting
what?
my up and throwing me over a railing, and I'm like,
I want to deal with some
Done
like
for.
exorcism, like some like, flopping around like a fish, throwing up all over myself. Like,
Bro, I got a mansion you can live in.
just get him drunk.
I would love to, if we caught like one thing, of course, everyone's had their crazy apparition or their silhouette of a person that they've caught, stuff like that. It's their crazy audio evidence. But if we had one thing, I think it would be sort of along the lines of what they're talking about. Not quite some exorcism stuff with your head spinning around and vomiting everywhere. That'd be pretty good too. Say you could physically make someone appear, explain their name and their story. Like if they could give you their name, what happened to them, how they died, and then they just vanished in front of your eyes on camera.
like a Tupac hologram.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You couldn't deny that.
Yeah.
What's yours, Corey? You can only capture one more thing. That's it.
It's kind of what he's saying. Like, I truly, it'll probably never happen just because of how outrageous it is. But if we could have a camera set up somewhere and literally just someone would walk into the room and they're on the camera and they're decently close to the camera, like we can just see everything exactly what they look like. It looks like a real person, and then they just fade away. I think that would be like the best evidence you could possibly get. Just literally watching someone that looks like a normal person just fade away.
You guys have those times though when you're like investigating, you see some corner of your eye, and you're like, dude, I swear I saw that.
Yep.
What if that was that moment, but you missed it
I know.
multiple times?
I feel like
how I feel
spirits
all
do
the
that
time.
on purpose. Like they're like purposely like if they're gonna do something insane, like they're gonna make sure it's off camera. Like they somehow know, like even old spirits like from the like 1700s, like it's got a damn camera again.
Yeah, for the first time ever during this tour. I mean, been doing this since 2016. We were at Eloise Asylum in Detroit, and ghost hunting with a group of people that I just met, an hour before, and we're probably hour and a half right into the investigation, something like that. And myself and two other ladies, we all saw the exact same thing in the exact same place at the exact same time. And every once in a while, like I would see something and I'd be like, whatever, you're tired, your eyes play tricks on you. But I looked at it, I went like that, I saw them, they were looking like that. All three of us are like,
Wow.
we all saw that, right? And then instantly I'm like, hold on, I think that's the end of the building. And all three of us, like Marty was there actually, all three of us ran that way, jumped over one of our devices that was laid out, ran, and literally that was the end of the building. There was no fire escape, there was no open window,
That's
there was no
crazy.
staircase. And like to me, and it wasn't covered. I didn't have a camera. Like
Yep,
we
every
didn't have a
time.
camera there. But to me, the validation of having them see it and like literally all in a moment's notice, like catch that. It's such a bummer I didn't catch it on camera.
Yeah.
But like that's one of those moments where it's like, that was super cool, and I'd never seen something like that with other
Yeah.
people.
I had something happen as well about 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, I wish that was on camera because of how insane it was. We're on the second floor of this building, and we go, we're standing in this hallway, and what we're mainly focusing on is the story is that there's like shadow children that are constantly just running up and down the hall. And so we're in this hall for not even 30 seconds. Like I haven't even put the box down yet to get out all the tools. And we had Evan with us. And Evan's normally our camera guy, but he was joining us to investigate that night instead of filming. And I turn around and look at him, and I literally see like behind him coming from the ceiling, it looked like an arm reached down and like swung like that, okay? And I was like, dude, I just saw like the weirdest thing behind you. It looked like something was swinging down to grab you. And he's like, what did it look like? And I was like, it kind of looked like an arm in a way. And then we kind of just brushed it off, and I was like, okay, we're trying to, communicate with the shadow children. So we focused on that the whole night. And then that end of the night, it's like 6, 7 a.m., and I'm talking to the employees, and I was telling her, I was like, yes, we got really good evidence of the shadow children. The music box was going off. They were answering questions. And she goes, did you guys see any of the shadows that climb on the ceiling? They try to reach down and grab for you.
Oh,
and my
shit.
heart just dropped. I was like, holy that's what I saw. Not even know about it.
That's wild.
What's fun about that is your guys' research technique, like the order in which you do it, is somewhat similar to how we do it, because normally I'm the only one that researches before going in.
Yeah.
So normally, and like, when on these investigations, we've been splitting up, but normally I'm the one who would know, like, that's a common thing, and it would happen, and I'd be like, ooh, you don't know what I know. And I'm just
So
like,
it is true.
I'm just like holding it in. I just like get to watch and see everything, and then normally when it's over, I'll
Then you
show them
say,
like the
nice.
articles or the old like videos or the pictures and be like, by
Yeah.
the way.
It just works so much better that way. I mean,
Yeah.
like when you know things and you go in there, that's what
You
you're aiming
expect
for.
too much.
And what if you don't get it? Then you're like, damn, dude, like I thought that this was gonna happen. All these stories, so on and so forth. I don't want to know.
Sometimes,
If it's haunted, people say it's fucking haunted. I'm gonna go try.
Yeah. The
I bet.
flip side though is sometimes it's kind of nice to know.
Yeah.
Because when you have those things happen, then
You can react to
I go, oh, I think I know who we're talking to.
Yeah.
I know a little bit more. It's a much faster way of like opening that channel of conversation when you already know a few things about them.
Yeah.
And then you focus. So it's kind of like that weird, it's very fun, like when he doesn't know anything. And then I know like a lot of the more details about it, and we can kind of like work together on it. So it's kind of like that weird catch-22
Yeah.
where I've learned that sometimes when we know more, we can like open up and bond with the spirit or entity so much faster.
Yeah.
Because we already know like
Yeah.
what they like, and that's like people like bring cigarettes and offerings because there's a history of
Yeah,
it.
when I'm saying like we, don't want to know all of the information. I mean, we do, like we'll find out if there is a little kid there, something evil, but we won't go too much in detail on like what they're known to do. So like
sure.
we do go in there and we'll get a couple of names from, who's ever giving us the tour. I just don't want to know what they do, because if it happens to us and then I find that kind of research that it's happened to somebody else, that is what makes me always get the chills when I'm editing.
Yeah. It's really, we've gone to a lot of unknown locations recently that don't really have too much documentation, like even paranormal investigators at all. And we've gotten these like really thoroughly detailed stories that now, like when this tour's over, I have to go back and I have to like basically pull county archives and state archives and like see if I can actually line up things that have happened. And to me, that's like the more fun part as well. It's like when you get something really cool and like, okay, well, can you back it factually to show that it wasn't just like a series of like 3 hours of just coincidences, and you can actually prove that these people were there and like these things really happened there. So yeah, it's really fun to try and like solve these mysteries too. You get to investigate just one place, all three of you, one more place. That's it. One final investigation. Where are you going?
My grave.
You're going to investigate your own grave pre your burial?
That's literally like you get to investigate your own grave, your own body.
Wait, that's just talking to yourself, bro.
If you did die,
I do that already.
if you did die, I guarantee you we would try it.
I'd be so sad. I'd be like, damn, dude, why'd you have to go? He's got to go pee.
Oh.
I drank way too much water for you. That whole thing was full, by the way.
Damn. Okay. All right, so where are you guys going? One final place, one location, whether you've been there or not.
I mean, the hype is so high, and everybody wants to go to Conjuring House.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I mean, I try to book it. It's so booked right now that you can't go for another maybe year or two unless if somebody cancels.
Yeah.
You got to know them. Now they have new owners.
Yep.
It's a whole different ball game now. So
one that I've always wanted to do that you guys have done, it's one of my favorite episodes. I have seen a few of your things, is Preston Castle here. It's pretty damn close to here.
The one that I literally didn't get to investigate because I got obliterated. 24 hours of just at the most worst pain I've ever been.
That's when you got sick, right, in the bed?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I literally don't remember.
Wasn't Josh there too?
Yeah. I literally do not remember the next 24 hours. Like, I just woke up and...
Dude, actually, the Cecil Hotel would be pretty cool too.
Cecil?
Yeah. I liked how you guys had Josh breakdance in the front. What's the secret
knock? Cecil knock. The Cecil knock, yeah.
Dude,
the B-boy Cecil knock.
Yeah,
the
funny.
dance battle and Matt, the shirtless concierge. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a tough question, though. There's so many. There's almost too many to pick from.
We have a story to read from someone in the audience, so how would you like to proceed here? Do you, how theatrical do you guys feel?
What do you want me to do? You guys want me to like do a backflip off of that? I don't know if I can backflip anymore.
I don't know what the story is, so I don't know if it even works.
It works. There's a bunch of stories in one.
Okay, so what do you want us to do? You want us to act it out?
Maybe you could reenact the story.
It's something we've done a few shows, but it's only if you want to. If not, no pressure.
I can try.
Do you want to try?
Make fun of me if you want. I don't care.
For the record, the premise of the live show, which is so funny that we haven't even gone over it yet. No one really knew what the live show was going to be because it's like a thing that we created and no one's seen it before. But obviously you've seen it. It's a mix of comedy and storytelling and paranormal stories. But the bulk of it as well is to bring a community together that probably all believe or have some sort of respect for the paranormal into one space. The second part is everyone who has a ticket was given an option to submit a story of a paranormal encounter, and we read through all of them, and we're always looking for the ones that we haven't seen before that we kind of want to read, and then not only read them, but then we can bring you on stage and like actually get to learn a little bit more about these stories. The reason is if we did it at home and we read it, we'd read the story and be like, cool, next one. But now we can have a conversation about it. The second part is now you all can realize that the person who wrote this story is a real person and is also in your community, relatively in your community in order for you all to be here. So that's kind of the main thing, is to make it a little less taboo to talk about paranormal experiences, because we've met so many people that have held it in for literally 30, 40, 50 years and never told anyone. And then when they finally share it on stage, all these people come up to them after the show and be like, I've had the same thing, I've never told anyone either. So that's like kind of the big bulk of why we do this as a live event. Not just to talk about lollipops full of semen. So it's a little bit more.
We did win though.
So and this is a story that's been submitted by someone who's here tonight, and then after we read it, we'll bring you up on stage, and then we'll have a conversation with you about it and how it impacted you, and just kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
So do you want to read it? Or do you want me to read it?
Well, there's a couple, so I can read one short one, and then you can read the second one.
All right. Make sure you read it exactly how it's written.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To a T.
Yeah.
To the T.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys ready?
In a voice.
Yep.
Wait, so just us have to reenact it?
Yeah. Mike's down. Stand up.
No, you're kidding.
Oh no. This is
At this very moment.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
All right. And the first story goes like this. We had just moved into our new home 11 years ago, and I was by myself while everyone was out.
I'm gonna be by myself.
It was around 11 p.m. when I suddenly felt like someone was watching me.
He's being watched. Oh my gosh.
Turning slowly, I saw a woman that had a pale white face.
Wait, this is like a perfect 3-person story.
I'm pretty pale. Hey, baby.
It was dark around her, white, yellowish eyes, and she was in all black. She was looking straight before sensing me and slowly turning and staring into my eyes.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah, why are you looking at me? Where are we in this story?
She pointed her finger at me and said, "You."
You.
I ran away as fast as I could,
Naruto ran?
and the lady chased me up the stairs. Then I ran back down the stairs, and she was still following me. However, by now, we've become pretty good friends.
Last night was good.
Sorry, I was just making all of that up. I'm gonna go back to the actual story. Slowly turning and staring into my eyes. That ran a chill down my spine. She slowly smiled at me, showing her sharp teeth, which made my blood run cold. I blinked, and she was gone.
What did you do?
I blinked, and she was gone. I called my dad, who came looking and said no one was that tall
Daddy?
to see where I saw her. Years later, my ex-best friend moved next door, and her little brother saw the same figure in her room staring at them.
You guys did thumbnail face? I'll go be the friend.
Okay, you
hold
go
on.
be the friend.
I'm the friend, okay.
So you saw the same thing? Yeah. It was scary.
It was that piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, the small one. Sorry.
I'm Daddy.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. When The Conjuring 2 came out and I seen The Nun for the first time, it was nearly the same thing that I saw.
It's Convolio!
Then
The nun needs TP for its bunghole.
the nun started chasing us.
Oh,
And we all froze with fear. Once we got from behind stage, we all froze with fear.
Why are you behind your dad like that?
Okay, that's the end of the first story. that's it. Wow.
Congratulations.
That was amazing.
That was the first one. We're warmed up now.
All right, round two.
That was great.
Are you in the story with him then?
Yeah, I'm in this.
Did we do okay?
You did great. I love that this is like an opera house, and visually it's so much more striking.
Thank you. You guys are all great.
Story number 2, and it begins. I was on FaceTime in the kitchen, making a snack. Pizza rolls, actually, with a bottle of Sprite. Me and my friends tried doing the Sprite chugging challenge together.
Do
you can't burp, man. You can't burp. You gotta do the whole thing without burping, man.
And while we were doing it, in the corner of my eye, I saw a woman in a white nightgown, dressed scantily, posing, enticing me. She hit me with her best dance moves.
Do you know what your dance move is?
And she had long black hair. She walked around our table where we were doing the Sprite chugging challenge. She looked at us and said, "You a dumb."
You a dumb.
I can do it in one shot. Y'all some pussies.
Y'all some pussies.
Then before stopping and staring at me, and before disappearing, I immediately threw everything away and at her.
Oh, it wasn't us, though.
And then I ran to my bedroom. Then, another night, I was laying in my room with my dog. He wouldn't stop on the carpet, so I had to rub his face in it.
He has to rub your face in your fecal matter.
How did you get over there? I looked up for once. How are you over there?
Dog, goddamn.
So, as I was saying, my dog was on the carpet, and he wouldn't stop, so I had to rub his nose in it. And then the room turned cold, and he started growling at the edge of the bed before hopping behind me. Then a big black hand with sharp claws came up and grabbed my ankle before slowly going under my bed again. And then the door to my bedroom opened by itself many, many times. Windows slammed. I would hear footsteps. Then I would hear tap dance steps. I would hear crumping steps. Crumping. And at one point, I think I heard salsa footsteps. And then the bathroom door would open on its own, and I started seeing shadows walking around at night. My papa asked my sister on Christmas
Daughter.
to close the front door, and as she rose up, a black hand slammed the door shut in front of them. I was woken up the next morning with scratch marks on my back and a handprint on my inner thigh. Then there was another handprint higher up on my thigh. Strangely, there was two handprints, one on each thigh, but the fingers were pointed upward. Yo, I'm crying. I can't read the page. Oh, my eyes, dude. Oh, I'm watering. And then I had a nightmare one night of a demon sitting in the corner of my dining room, which is over here. The dining room's over here. That's the bedroom.
This is your dining room.
Sitting in the corner of my dining room, trying to attack me from within the darkness. I saw its... But I saw its yellowish eyes and its mouth snarling. Snarling as if it had rabies. An incurable case of rabies. The most severe case, I said rabies, not COVID. The most severe case of rabies. But before they could attack me, a white light appeared behind me, and my great-grandmother stepped out in front of me, banishing it back to hell.
Be gone, thought.
It worked, but for safe measure, she repeated it in Latin. But for some reason, my grandmother knew the demon was a thought. And then she realized she was a thought herself. At this point, her grandchildren knew Granny got that good dump truck. And then Grandma took me into her arms and squeezed me tightly. But she was trying to wake me and tell me it's all going to be okay. Then my aunt repeated what she heard on TV. She said, "If there's something here, show yourself." She said that the blanket she was using started to be pulled off and kept tugging on it. Safe to say, she never did that again. There was a lot more activity at that house. There was one time in particular where we were all gathered in the living room. We were all sitting on the couch, watching our favorite horror movie.
What's a good movie? What's a good movie?
The Mummy.
Oh my God.
We were actually watching The Ring and The Grudge back to back. And as we were staring through the TV, we saw an entity crawl out of the screen. And then, are you a prostitute? No, at this point, you're now the evil demon that crawls out of the TV in the movie. And then it crawled onto the couch and laid across our laps. It didn't seem evil.
Put him in a coffin.
It actually seemed like she wanted a friend.
I just want a friend.
And then my grandmother came in from behind the couch. And Granny was like, "I'm still a bad I'm a thought."
I'm still bad. I'm a dog.
And then they all lived happily ever after.
That whole story was real?
Probably 90% of what I read is real, yeah.
About the grandma being a thought?
Whoever lived that, whoever lived that, your grandma's wild.
Okay,
be
and
busting
then
it down.
Let's just do this. We'll have her come sit next to us, and then Aaliyah, would you mind coming up? Is it Aaliyah? Aaliyah, please come here, join us. Corey, we'll share a mic right now.
Okay.
We'll do this-
Welcome
we'll do this
to the
swiftly.
stage.
What the? Goddamn! He just meant it's a small couch. Are you sitting right here?
Right in the middle. There you go.
Why don't you scoot it back? All right, there we go. All right, you'll sit here. Okay, what percentage of that story was accurate?
All of it, besides the snack part.
Besides the snack part.
Where you made up the snack.
Yeah, there was no Sprite challenge.
No.
Okay, what period of time did all of this go on for? Because this is a lot.
2010 until 2020.
For 10 years worth of stories.
Of stories. We just moved out of our house a year ago, and the new people moved in, and I just heard they moved out.
Okay, so
Under a year.
So it
so
all
I could-
stayed at your old place.
I lived in Lodi, California.
Okay. Wow.
to recap the factual points, you did see a woman that was pale in the white face with yellowish eyes, and she was staring straight at you. You did have to call your father. You were on FaceTime making a snack, and then you saw the woman in the nightgown again, staring at you another time. You were laying in your room one night when with your dog, and then he started growling and then hid behind you. There was a black hand with sharp claws that came up and grabbed your ankle, and then slowly went under your bed again. And you did have windows slammed. You did hear footsteps. You did have a bathroom door opening. You were seeing shadow figures walking around at night. And the instance with your father and your sister with the black hand again on Christmas was real. You were woken up with scratch marks on your back. You did have a handprint on your inner thigh. And you also had nightmares of a demon sitting in the corner of your dining room trying to attack you, again with yellowish eyes and a snarling mouth. And you also did have the instance where your great-grandmother stepped out in front of you, banishing it back to hell. And your aunt did repeat that and did have an instance where a blanket was started to be pulled off and was kept tugging on it. So all of those things.
That is 100% true.
Okay. That is to recap the actual factual moments of the story.
And if anything, my aunt is right there that had the blanket pulled off.
Wow. Hello? And did you ever try leaving this house?
No. We actually encouraged it a little bit towards the end before we moved in. We bought our own cat balls. I am very good with dowsing rods compared to the rest of my family that they don't work. And then we just bought our own spirit box, and we just dabble in it every now and then. And then we go into my grandma's room where she has all her Satans and sit in there for a little bit.
A true ghost hunter in the making. This is how it all starts.
I'm very sensitive to it all.
How did this start? Like, what caused this?
It's been ever since she was young that something has been around the family. And then my uncles and my dad and them, they would have parties where they would play with the Ouija board. So that could have been more or less what could have happened. And we left it at the house beforehand, and my uncle said when they were leaving, finally, that the board was glowing green, and it was not happy that we were leaving. So
you think that it's attached?
I think it's upset with us for leaving it behind and not properly getting rid of it. They've tried to burn it. Obviously, nothing happened to it, and they threw it away, and it's came back to us. We've had hats go across the room. We had anything you can imagine in that house.
Would that mean that a spirit is attached to the family?
Yes.
Not just one person?
We think it's to the entire family. But it's been affecting, lately more, it's been affecting me more than anybody else. I woke up maybe like a month ago with 4 fingerprints on my leg. And I do have a picture of that where I woke up with that.
What? Wow.
Have you guys ever thought of a reason why it might be attached to you or your family? Or
there's
who
no,
it might
there's
be?
no reason for it to be. Our house that all those stories are in from, we found out maybe halfway into living that multiple people have killed themselves. Upstairs, someone hung themselves, and then in my bedroom and my grandparents' bedroom, they shot themselves in the face.
Is this the same house that they would do the Ouija board in?
No, that would be the house where all these stories came from. Wow. We would have doors open, my window would slam shut. I've seen people peek their heads around the corner and look at me and then hide back. I've seen shadow figures. My grandpa and my sister seen the hand close the door. I seen the face in the window. We had a lot. I woke up with scratches, bruises, handprints. Then the hand that grabbed me by the ankle that scared me so bad, I had to call my grandpa in the other room to come get me because it was late, like 2 o'clock at night, and I was so scared that if I got off this bed, I know where it went, and I don't want to risk it coming out and getting me because I don't want to go under there with it.
So that means at a certain point, though, you were embracing it, right?
It was before I embraced it.
Before you embraced it.
Yeah.
Was there ever a desire to cleanse your house, cleanse yourself, your family?
We have holy water in our house. We have blessed holy water. We have holy water from Jerusalem that we use. My uncle actually came to our house and blessed it. And me and my dad were sitting like this. He was blessing the house, and he went to my dad. Nothing came out. So he was like, went to the side of my dad, and it came out.
Have you guys tried Palo Santo wood?
No, we have not.
It's just another way of trying
I
to
got
cleanse.
holy water on me, and I had a headache right after.
Interesting.
So are you the one haunting the house?
I hope not.
the demon's just like hitting on you. He's not even trying to attack you. He's just like, come here, I like you.
I hope not,
Damn.
honestly. Because that's what it's seen, but that hasn't happened since. I haven't had headaches like that since the holy water incident. But I'm always around it. My grandmother has a saint in her closet. There's a bunch of different saints and the candles and anything like holy oil and water. Crosses, I wear crosses, they don't bother me. It was just that one instance that headache occurred.
Is your house fine? The house you guys live in?
Hell no.
We actually have a museum going on in our house.
So dude, so do I.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just kind of happens to all of us, you know?
Yeah.
You just start collecting stuff that's given to you that's haunted.
That's
but
cool.
I think for you, I think that might have been like that one moment that something tried to take over.
Yeah.
Maybe you got on time. I know it's like a headache, but I've heard that when somebody is like possessed, and they go through the whole process of, like, for an example, exorcism. They like get super sick after.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
They'll
that.
run a fever, they'll sweat, and so on and so forth. But since it was just a mild fever, right? Or
It was
headache.
just a headache.
So
Nothing
maybe
more.
that's what it was. It would only kind of make sense of what
Yeah.
you were dealing with. So
Have you seen that thing, like since recently?
Recently, it's just in our new home. It's slowly picking up again. That's where I got the bruises on my leg. We put cat balls in our house just in case. So we have one in the closet that went off twice in a night. We have one in the door frame in the doorway, and that went off. One in the hallway went off. So we put one in downstairs, and that one hasn't gone off.
Aren't you afraid that you are encouraging more activity in the same home you live in without a way to create the divide? Because you're encouraging
Yeah.
and educating them on how to contact you.
Yeah. Didn't
And
think
it's
about
the
it like
same
that.
home you live in. So aren't you afraid that you're literally opening like a Pandora's box here?
I didn't think about it like that. We haven't dabbled in it in a really long time, because it was right maybe after we moved in. It's been a year now. I put my dowsing rods in my grandma's room on the altar. Just keep them there. She bought a spirit box. We used it once, never touched it again. Cat balls, I think they died out.
yeah.
We haven't encouraged anything recently,
Yeah.
to my acknowledgement. But every so often, like when you go up the stairs at night, you feel somebody watching you from downstairs because it's so dark.
Yeah.
Or we would be on the couch watching TV and the stairs would creak like somebody was walking there.
Gotcha.
And we're watching a Disney movie.
Yeah.
That's what gets them the most.
I'm just trying to have a good time.
Well,
They are too.
Tread carefully with your investigation in your own home, because you might be creating something that you're gonna have to live with.
I lived with that one for 10 years.
Right, but that one was at free will. This one you're literally teaching and kind of creating a bond with.
But you think it's the same entity? It just followed you to a new house?
No, it hasn't been as aggressive as it was at the other house. I think whatever that was that I've seen is still there. I believe it's attached to those two homes
Okay.
that I've seen it, and then my ex-best friend's seen it next door. I think it's tied to those two homes. When we moved in, our neighbor beforehand, she found a cross wrapped in twine downstairs in the basement, and she unwrapped it. And after she unwrapped it, everything started happening. So we think it's because of what she's done. Everything's just blowing up.
So where you're living now, do you feel like it's evil?
No.
So that's why you're okay interacting with it, because it's not a
it
bad
doesn't
spirit.
feel evil at all to us. Compared to
Yeah.
our old home, whereas we were scared to walk in the dark. I walked with my flashlight everywhere. I would see in the corner of my eyes people moving. Like when I seen the entity walk around the table, I stopped what I was doing, and I was on the phone. They're like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "There's a woman walking around my table with a white dress and her hair's on her face." But she looked at me, and there was no facial features.
Got it.
It was just blank, and then she disappeared, and I took off.
Dang. Well, I'm very interested to see if she reappears in your new home.
I'm not.
Well, you know you have the devices and maybe an ability, if you wanted her to reappear, you have that option.
We do. We've been looking to buy more things, but I think we're okay with what we have right now.
Okay, that's
Because
fair.
we're trying to understand the spirit box more. We're playing around with it, trying to understand
Yeah.
which is the best way to go with it.
Sure.
We put headphones on, sat in the rocking chair.
Trial and error. Yeah, just stay strong when you're doing that, though.
Oh yeah,
Good. Don't let
spirits.
anything get to you.
we ain't scared of a no ghost.
All right.
Famous
Better than
last
me.
words. Yeah, you should hear him. He screams like a little girl sometimes.
Well, I like getting scared.
Yeah.
My friend
I don't.
actually watched one of your videos recently from at my work, and he watched you at the Warren Museum, and he told me before I came here, he's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you. I watched that video you showed me of them moving her to the other case, and nothing scares me. But as soon as that case opened, my body went into full chills, and I had to turn it off. That when I went to bed that night, I had three reoccurring nightmares of her.
Damn.
And that in my sleep, I didn't feel like I was in my body. And I just felt anxiety. And then I felt myself slam back into my body, and I woke up.
Wow. That's cool. It's cool. My video could do that, you know.
It was right at the part where you said envision yourself on the white light.
Yeah.
He turned it off.
Awesome.
Which was bad on his part, apparently.
Yeah.
That was
That's a good timing.
That's on
It's a
his
good
part.
time.
Yeah, the visioning yourself in the white light is what protects you.
Yeah, he
This is true.
turned it off. I told
he
him
turned
too.
it
I
off
was like,
after.
You messed up on your part. You would have been fine. You would have had no nightmares. Now look what you did.
Well, thank you for sharing your story.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you
it.
for
Thanks for
having
letting
me.
us have some liberties with it as well. A round of applause for Aaliyah, everyone. Thank you. I'll be honest, you guys were only supposed to be here for a half hour.
You want us to leave, dude? We'll go.
Next
God.
up,
We
Yeah.
talked, it was like
Elvis
only like a half
Presley.
hour, and you guys spent a half hour doing reenactments and talking about some weird toddlers
look at
and
that.
lollipops and mansions. So
taking
it's-
us from our editing. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, seriously.
welcome,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, this was a fun show.
Yeah.